Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the World of Sports podcast. Yes, that's right. We are back after a spring break hiatus. Went up to Miami, Florida. Had a lot of fun with some of my fraternity brothers. So really enjoyed that. But a lot has happened in the NFL since then, and we're here to cover it as always. So today's topic of our video is going to be the QB carousel over this offseason for the NFL. There have been some massive trades as well as transactions. So let's get right to it. Our first trade, this happened while I was on the beach in Miami. Russell Wilson is going to the Denver Broncos. So, after a lot of rumors, right? A lot of speculation, right? Wilson wanted to stay in Seattle, but ultimately they wound up dealing him. The Broncos traded Drew Lock, Noah Fant, Shelby Harris, 2 first-round picks, so the number 9 pick this year, and then whatever it pans out to be next year, 2 second-round picks, a number 40th overall pick this year, and then whatever it pans out to be in 2023, and a 5th-round pick for Russell Wilson, and a 4th-round pick. So personally, I just want to say this: I love the trade for Seattle. I really love it. They can play this right or they can play this wrong. The right way to do this is to play Drew Lock for this season, be really bad, and then get a good pick, get Bryce Young, get, Caleb Williams, whoever's coming out of that draft next year. Because I know Bryce Young is, and I think CJ Stroud is. That's going to be a really good QB class next year. If they're smart, right? You are bad this season, you tank, and then you get another Russell Wilson-like quarterback, and you're right back in business. So that's how they should play it. They should not take a quarterback in the draft this year. They got to rebuild their line, defense and offense, and just rebuild their team overall using those picks. But I love the move. Russell Wilson was really bad last year. I still think he's pretty good, but I just don't know how much longer he's going to be good. I thought Denver gave up way too much. I know the fans are happy, but definitely overpaid for Russell Wilson. So I guess that's that. They're trying to win a Super Bowl. I hate that they traded Noah Fant. He's a really good tight end. Shelby Harris is pretty good too. Drew Lock sucks, but I don't know. I really don't like the trade for Denver. I think they gave up way too much, in my opinion. And I love it for Seattle, and I think they should play it the way I just explained it. Let's move on to the Cleveland Browns, who just acquired Desean Watson. Absolute blockbuster trade. So they have Baker Mayfield, but I guess they don't believe they can win with him in the future, so they go all out and get Desean Watson. They signed him to a 5-year, $230 million deal. They gave up 3 first-round picks, 2022, 2023, and 2024. 3 first-rounders. Crazy. They also gave up 2 third-rounders in 2022 and 2023, and a 2024 4th-round selection. So, wow, that is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. They just went all out and got Watson. I love this trade for them. He is still probably he's a top 7 quarterback. Deshaun Watson is really, really good, and we can't forget that. And look, they're trying to win, right? They think Baker Mayfield isn't good enough. So they are, they're trying to win. And they got Deshaun Watson, which I totally respect. They gave up a lot of first-round picks, and that's good for the Texans. They got someone who's valuable. They got a lot of value to help rebuild their team. So I really like that for them. Cleveland went all out, and I really like it because I love Deshaun Watson. So really happy about that move for them, and they really just put themselves in a good position to uh, to win the NFC East. No, what division are they? I can't. NFC North, or no, AFC North. Sorry about that. Football knowledge is a little scrambled right now. But overall, I like the trade for both teams. Texans get a huge haul, and Cleveland gets a quarterback that could win them the Super Bowl potentially. So I like it. Next up, another news that broke to me when I was in Miami. Carson Wentz is headed to the Commanders. Not a fan about this trade at all. In all honesty, I'd rather have Taylor Heineke than Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, a lot of his success last year was based off of Jonathan Taylor being an absolute beast, and Frank Reich knowing his strengths and weaknesses from Philadelphia. So I think that was a large part of success for him, but he really did not play that well, especially in the big games. They really leaned on Jonathan Taylor, and I just don't think he's that good. Like I said, I'd probably rather have Taylor Heineke than him. I think they're pretty much the same quarterback, and I really just don't like this at all. I mean, they gave him a 2022 third and then a 2023 third, but that will become a second round pick if he plays 70% of the snaps. So that's just abysmal trade. I mean, you're giving up that much for Carson Wentz? Like, come on. His contract also sucks. Like, God, I hate that so much. Awful trade for the Commanders. At that point, I mean, just draft a quarterback or something. Like, wow. I mean, just horrible. Like, invest in Matt Corral, Malik Willis, Kenny Pickett. Like, all those. Desmond Ritter's even a better option than Carson Wentz. So I hate this trade. I think it's awful. And Commanders got to be better. Simple as that. So speaking of that, the Colts needed to fill their void for a quarterback, and they did that by acquiring Matt Ryan today from the Falcons. So the Falcons will absorb a $40 million cap hit for Matt Ryan. So kind of dumping his contract. At the same time, they're absorbing some of that money. In return, they are getting a third-round pick. So it's going to be interesting to see what Atlanta will do, because I saw a report that they will not pursue Baker Mayfield. So I don't know who their quarterback is, but they need somebody. I honestly have no idea who's going to play quarterback for them this season. As for the Colts, I mean, this is kind of just a step back into, like, mediocrity. Like, okay, you got rid of Wentz, but replacing him with Matt Ryan, I don't think is going to make much of a difference. I think they're pretty much the same player. I mean, they're just both just so average. Like, I don't really want to, like, sit here and, like, compare Matt Ryan and Carson Wentz. Like, they're both, like, old. Matt Ryan isn't injury prone, but they're just both old, like, kind of immobile quarterbacks that have been in the league for a while and, like, haven't really done anything. I mean, Matt Ryan's won an MVP, but I think same with Wentz. But, like, they're just both really average. So I don't know if the Colts plan on, like, winning a Super Bowl with Matt Ryan. Like, good luck. I don't think that's gonna happen. But regardless, I think it's a good deal for the Falcons. They got a third-round pick for Ryan. That's pretty good. I mean, they had to take some of his contract, but again, I think they play it like Seattle does. If they don't take a quarterback in this draft, you're terrible this year. You tank, and you get Bryce Young next year, and move forward with your newly improved team. So yeah, that's that. Really exciting to see all this QB movements. And up next is the Devontae Adams video. So stay tuned.